What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. We're going on the next one on a Star of Harv journey. Get over, show mother loving the world. We are done with the past and we have started predicting the future. I don't know about letting AI predict the future. I don't know that I would like the answers that it has to spit out to me. Or Google Translate. I definitely wouldn't trust anything that came out of there. So let's go. Let's see what the hell Google Translate has for us with the bad translations. We know it messes some things up time to time. It's probably ruined a relationship or two. Get over, show Star of Harv all the love in the world. Shout out to Raphael for the request. Let's do it.
I translated Wikipedia's timeline of the future from 2040 all the way to billions of years through.
Hold on, Wikipedia has a timeline of the future? I had no idea. And I don't know that I want to see it.
His timeline of the future from 2040 all the way to billions of years through languages with terrible translation quality. This was the result. In the 2040s, I want to study in the US in 2011. 2047, 50 years ago, 2 years later, 1997.
Oh, hell. Futuristic time travel is much harder if we're bouncing around like this. 50 years to 2 years later to 1997.
2047, 50 years ago, 2 years later, 1997, July, Hong Kong, one color. It's a puzzle. If you can work this out, please send me a message on my fax machine. 2050, in 1943, the British Prime Minister surrenders to Polish troops. The Battle of Three Mountains.
Are we doomed to repeat it all over again?
Of Fuji. Many questions have been raised about the Soviet Union's role in Nazi Germany. The British government refused. The Polish government refused to publish the articles in the British press. In 2013, a Polish court found evidence that someone had been killed. The Polish courts had worked out that in World War II, someone died. From March 1999 to March 2051, 777 satellites were launched.
I can believe that.
The anus. The anus. Not just an anus.
That's
just,
it.
It's the genuine article. In 2065, after the Chernobyl accident in 1986, the Chernobyl power plant ceased operation. I think it's time to stop.
I would hope so.
2070, India is no different.
India, y'all stay the same until 2070. I hope you are content with the way the things are. Zero changes
2070,
in the future for a while.
India is no different. It was announced by Prime Minister Modi in 2011.
Jesus.
It's just the same. 2076, I lived in America for 30 years. That's me law. 2080, and then 1542, on this day, Queen Elizabeth was unveiled in Sydney. She's back!
We are bound to repeat it all.
Is back. She's like been frozen for later generations to admire. 2090, by September 11, the money is gone.
Oh no.
2094, the end of the world. The biggest event of this decade is the transition of...
Pretty sure that would be the biggest event of any decade.
The end of the world. The biggest event of this decade is the transition of Mercury to Jupiter. What is happening? Mercury became another Jupiter, which probably caused the end of the world. 2099, a 99-year-old man was admitted to Astoria Kaufman Hospital in Queens.
This is after the Earth ends now, so this is a new civilization?
New York. Sony BIOS 2099 is available for Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1, PlayStation 2, and Nintendo DS. Hope you
Hey, all you legacy Windows users.
looking forward to that. I'm going to update my DS in 2099. 2112, Queen Elizabeth II's love affair is described as public information. What's she been up to? 24th century, Donnelly believes nuclear power plants are safe for several reasons. In 1843,
he didn't list those reasons, just said, I got several reasons.
The Treaty of Windsor between England and Portugal was considered good but bad and fatal. Yeah, it's
How
good.
How can it be good if it's fatal?
Bad. 25th century, from 2013 onwards, $325 a year will be saved for education if Wisconsin's public schools are not dismantled or unemployed. Right. Well, that's got something to look forward to.
It's not looking good for you, Wisconsin.
26th century forest, bad weather, little rain, short harvest. That's all they left. What happened? It's a mystery. In the 20th century, Johnny Cage, 639 cents, St. Petersburg, Netherlands, September 5th. 28th century, the Earth rotates every 241 months. What? 28
241 months.
seconds. Annual income, 10 income. Income, 999. Huh? And then the 30th century, in 2999, music production is due to end on the 31st of December. The
Sorry, guys. No more music production. What would we be?
conclusion of the Millennium Song, which began on January the 1st, 2000. It's over, music bros. So now we're going into the far future, which is like up to billions of years. And 1,000 years from now, the average time is 1 to 30 seconds per day. Wow, those are short days.
Holy
the sun
hell.
moves towards Mars. In 10,000 years from now, Super Red can play with the Beatles and Andreas Supernova. Wow. According to Brandon Carter's controversial statement, the probability that people will die today is 95%. All right. I can
Pretty, 95%. I think that's actually better than the percentage we got now, right? The probability that somebody will die today. Pretty sure right now it's like you could go above 100%. It would go above 100%.
see why it's a controversial statement. And half of the survivors will be born in the fall. And this probability is also 95%. Will disappear. Finally, the fifth brightest star in the sky is Vega, the pole star. It's about time. The pole star. It's like a Polish star. The wheel of the world glass wheel is at the center of one world wheel, the largest and strongest summer and winter exhibition. I'm going to have to wait potentially 15,000 years to see this. But it sounds worth it. 15,000 years in the future.
We'll be back again.
It's generally believed that the Sahara Desert was formed by volcanic eruptions in North Africa between 50 and 1,000 years ago. Not 50 or 1,000 years ago. 17,000
Not 50 or 1,000 between there.
years in the future. People risk being buried under billions of tons of corpses as a result of a horrific ocean explosion.
Billions of tons of corpses. I don't even know what you would do with
Okay,
it.
this got very brutal.
Yeah, real.
It will be buried under billions of tons of corpses. 50,000 years in the future, you sit on the ground for 2 days in the heat. I think they have been, or accepted, for so long that they are all Fridays.
Every day it's Friday.
That's a bit of U-law there. 100,000 years in the future, for example, in North America, Megastrotstris is common in South America and Canada. This is especially true for America's Lawrence Zoo from North America. Treats for a long time. In 100,000 years in the future, moon in the sky. The moon in the sky attacks the Hobbs and Belinda.
Poor Belinda. What did she do?
100,000 to 1,000,000 years in the future, we assume that 10% of the speed of light, humans can live in our galaxy, and we use all the energy of the galaxy to predict the end of time. In
It already ended once, didn't it?
250,000 years in the future, in New Mexico, garbage collection does not affect residents in the short term. After there's like 95% of people are dead, we still got garbage collection. But people don't care. Like, so what? 500,000 years in the future,
Shout out to you.
the dark side of South Dakota's Badlands National Park is gone. 1 million. It's like a little lost planet in Oregon. It's just like a little lost planet. Where has it gone? Also, King Uranus fought Crescinda's group.
King Uranus.
I think this was the anus, and now he's evolved. 2 million years in the future, some bird species experience bad things. 4 million years in the future, 11 famous closed doors. 50 million years in the future, he admitted he didn't
Hey, he's still here.
know
That's
what
what
to
I'm
do
talking
when
about.
his bike fell into the California River in St. Andrews.
He has been through so much already, but you're gonna try to tell me he didn't know what to do about the bike in the river? We've been to different planets. We've died and came back to life. He has.
Dude, when his bike fell into the California River.
Bike in the river was
St.
his kryptonite.
Andrews, according to Scottish MP Christopher Noor. Conflicts between Africa and Europe
I think
caused
Christopher's a
disruption
liar.
and chaos in the Mediterranean, but the country will only develop when the number of villages in the country doubles. However, the area quickly increased to 5.7 meters cubed. This is the weakest we've ever seen he, where his bike has fallen into a river.
No kidding.
Also, 50 million years to future, Canadian students received 60 awards, and the world thinks it's time to save oil. 100 million years in the future, 66 years ago, a meteorite hit the island of Fiji, and it hasn't stopped. He keeps hitting it.
It's continually hitting it.
250 million years in the future, Californian walker encounters Californian walker as it travels north along the North American coast and west across the Alaskan coast. 300 million years in the future, 100 million years later, there was a big crash and they used a bomb.
Who is they that has survived all of this?
First land animal has reached the Pacific Ocean. What? What's going on? Who is Paul Hoffman? Why has he got his land animals?
He's got his own. He has a lab.
100 million years in the future, as carbon dioxide decreases, it is no longer visible and oxygen is replaced by algae that floats westward. Ultraviolet radiation is increasing in Myanmar, just there. Even after plants die, animals can live for 100 to 300 million years. The last
That's probably
pest to disappear was the giant mosquito, which became a disease. The final destination for animals near the hydrogen ship as the price of freedom. 1.2 billion years in the future, although carbohydrate levels are lower than chickens with higher carbohydrate levels, the assumption that a specific photon can be identified, the factory where Let's Death as a whole gets a high estimate of life expectancy, and if possible, high temperatures begin at home, will not allow the animals to live. Excuse me? What did you mean by this? Carbohydrates are a bit lower than the high carbohydrate chicken. If I'm still around 1.2 billion years in the future, just tell me to quit right now. 1.3 billion years in the future, eukaryotes have died in the world of starvation. And
Doritos then partnered with somebody.
in the future,
Eukaryotes.
eukaryotes have died
Maybe
in
it's
the world of
eucalyptus
starvation
flavored
of carbon
Doritos.
dioxide, leaving only software. 2 billion years in the future, Andromeda is the first closed-door leader of the Milky Way and Milky Way.
Both
2.8
of
billion
the
years in the
Milky Ways.
future, high prices have disappeared around the world. Okay, everything might be dead, but there's no high prices anymore. Everything's going cheap. 7.59 billion years in the future, the moon may disappear before reaching the red line across the sun. If it doesn't change, it's usually in the pool. In our time, Eras Titos has reached the conditions necessary for lunar life. Who has? This person's living on the moon already? 22 billion years in the future, if the dark energy were less than a foot thick, the Earth would expand for 200 million years before breaking up into larger, brighter objects, such as cosmic clusters or images. 325 billion
couple
years in
different
the
ways,
future. So far, it has been shared more than 100 times across the world, and even country stars have sent their congratulatory messages. Congratulations.
I love the made-up country.
2
accent.
trillion years in the future, it is
Congratulations.
assumed that all committee members, except the General Secretary of District 1053, will be replaced by a center guard. Gamma rays produce larger waves than the diameter of Earth. Future technology going on. 10 trillion years in the future, besides his ability to overcome the bad stars, he is also the most skilled engineer in the world.
He have to be by now. He's been around for
30
how
trillion
long?
years in the future, it's time to think about the stars in the sky. When
Again.
2 suns, or stars, from Earth meet around their parents, more of this star will have many more stars.
They can breed.
What? Is this like star reproduction?
Stars are really cells.
I don't know
no.
what this number is. But
We're a lot smaller than we
live
thought we were.
Hawkeye systems with black holes show no disruption or mergers with other black holes during collisions with the Andromeda Galaxy. This long black hole will be the last friend of the lost elephant at the end of its life.
What? The elephant that we're riding on the back of. I've read this,
Yeah,
bro.
there's like an elephant just there. Like the stars have become conscious now and they're reproducing and making friends with elephants. I like it. Sometime this has become, the numbers are too big. Everything changes and the world moves to the Middle East, where the hot spots of the world slowly die in their last powerful state. He believed that photons would not penetrate the atmosphere and that new metal detectors would damage the Earth's body. Create 56 or more metal stars.
There you have it. Future is complicated. So saith Google. Get over, show Star of Horror, all the love in the world if you enjoyed it. I'm glad to see that he survived as well. Let me hit that comment. He is the everything. He's been everywhere, done everything, died and came back to life. I hope that we can all one day be like he. Smash the like button if you liked it. The dislike button, but I won't believe you. Tell the next one I'm Combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe, and love you to the moon, the bag. Peace.